What's going on, YouTube? Your Armed Dragon Goat is finally back, sorta, kinda. We'll talk more about that at the end of the video, but for now, I just want to show you how amazing Armed Dragon Thunder is in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and how to play them. Let's take a look at the skill first. It's called Armed Crossover, and this is kind of a confusing mess right here, but I'll explain it to the best of my abilities. Basically, you're going to discard a monster from your hand, which is then going to search you an Armed Dragon level monster, so it just has to say LV, anything but Dark Armed Dragon basically. You can add it from deck to hand after discarding your monster. Then, out of thin air, these cards are going to generate in your deck. Your classic level 3, your classic level 5, 7, 10, White Veil. These are not in your deck at the start of the duel, and that's very important to note. They're only there when you activate the skill, so they do not affect your starting hand at all. The next part of the skill is you're going to send 2 of these Armed Dragons to the graveyard to have their level equal 10. So you can send 7 and 3 from deck to grave, or 2 5s, or you can even just send 1 10, but that's kind of a bad play. Afterwards, all 3 monsters, including the one you discarded at the beginning, you can change to Dark Attribute, setting you up for some massive Dark Armed Dragon plays. And also, this just gives you a toolbox of amazing monsters that can just break your opponent's board without having that obnoxious liability of being really bad bricks in your hand. It just kind of fixes all the problems Armed Dragons have. You even get the White Veil for level 10 white, so you don't have to run it at the start of the duel. It's really nice. If you're wondering what the catch is with this skill, you can't mix this with other decks. You can only use Armed Dragon monsters. You need 10 or more Wind Armed Dragon monsters, and your deck can only have monsters with Armed Dragon in the name, which means you can't even play hand traps like DD Crow or Lancia or anything like that. But luckily, Duel Links is a format where you actually have to play through interruption. There's not a whole lot of hand traps in the format, and I don't think there ever will be. So you're in the clear there. And what's really nice is the extra deck is totally free to whatever you want. You can put trains in there, you can put like odd eyes cards, it doesn't matter. The extra deck is fair game. Before you get intimidated by my personal list, because I know Duel Links is grindy and expensive, you only need 1 dad. You don't even need 10 white if you don't want to. You don't need these staples. You don't need anything in this extra deck. You hardly go into it. This is all you need. The rest you can fill out with your own cards. Obviously, it gets better the more stuff you add and the closer it gets to my list. But this is plenty enough to get you at least to like platinum, diamond, whatever the ranks are in this game. I honestly forget them. Back to my personal list though. I max out on all the Armed Dragons that level up in search. So you got your 3, your 5, your 7. That way you don't run out of gas. You can always search, you can always level up. I play 3 Armed Dragon Flash to make sure that consistency's on point. I only play 1 Thunder level 10 because you only use him if you're going first. He just pops a card during your opponent's turn and he gets really big. You also got the 1 Armed Dragon Lightning to protect him from destruction and all your other Armed Dragons from destruction while recurring stuff from your graveyard. The star of the show though is Dark Armed Dragon. This card is nuts with the skill because it just automatically sets your grave up with 3 darks. So you want to have this in your hand as much as possible. Actually, the only reason I have 2 in here instead of 3 is because I just cannot pull the 3rd one for whatever reason. Duel Links will not let me have the 3rd Dark Armed Dragon. I'm trying to pull 1. Play 3 if you have it. 1's fine if you only have 1. 2's great as well. Whatever number, it doesn't matter, but try and max it out if you can. But yeah, if you have this in your hand, you can just activate your skill, plop it down. They have to respond to it, otherwise their whole board gets wiped. And you can summon more and more and more because as long as you have 3 darks in the grave, you can summon as many as you want. Card's insane. Enough said. I don't think I need to sell you on the card that like ruined the game for years. It's that good. The last monster I have in here is level 10 white. I feel like white is just great to have in the back in case your Dark Armed Dragons don't work out or the graveyard gets messed up or, you know, who knows. It's just a nice backup plan because you just summon it by banishing your Armed Dragons in grave, which you're going to set up with just your skill alone. And it's searchable just like Dad. You search it off level 7. You'll also add the White Veil that you added to your deck with your skill, so you don't even need to play it in the main deck. That can be a potential macro out. It pops something at the start of the battle phase. Nice utility card, honestly. The staples I have in here, I went with 2 Book of Moon and 2 Forbidden Lance. In a best of 1 format, you don't really know what you need. If you're going first, you want the Book of Moon so you have more than just 1 interruption with level 10. But if you're going second, you really want Lance so you can target your own Armed Dragons to be immune to their trap cards. The extra deck, again, not mandatory at all. Like, I hardly go into this extra deck. The one I go into the most, though, is Volofernagus, who's a quick effect pop as long as you use dragons as material. And when he pops something, you gain the attack of whatever you popped onto any of your monsters, and you get to search with level 7 once you detach him because he sent to grave through another dragon's effect. Gets you some nice follow-up with Dark Arm Dragon or level 10 White. Then you have Big Eye to steal monsters, you got Dark Arm, the Xyz Dragon to pop more cards, you got the Train package in case you have level 10 and level 10 White together. You can burn for 1000 in this game, or 500 with a pop, and then nuke their ass with a Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, whatever this name is. And then the last two, I just put some good Link monsters. Phoenix and Unicorn have never let me down. So this was actually a really crazy duel against my friend Nanua. Shoutouts to Nanua, she's awesome. But this duel is basically just going to showcase how crazy this deck can be going second. And also just keep in mind, like, White Veil this was an early build of the deck. I didn't know how the skill worked exactly because it's worded really weirdly. So I put in White Veil in the deck. It's not the skill making it show up in the starting hand. That was just an oopsie on my part. My friend is going to be playing Pendulums. She's going to go crazy with all the Pendulum summons, go into Steel Swarm Roach, and then she's going to go into Abyss Dweller. So she has a summon negate and just a lingering graveyard negate. Very difficult for Armed Dragons to deal with usually, but I don't have to worry about bricks. I can just use my skill to change out my level 5 to grab a starter from my deck. So I grab my 3, and then I can dump some of the classic Armed Dragons that were just generated in my deck from the skill. And everything I just discarded turns into a Dark Attribute monster. So, now that I know that there's this Steel Swarm Roach and it will negate my Dark Arm Dragon if I just plop it on the field right now, I'm actually going to go for a summon that starts a chain with level 3's effect. That way I can go into the classic level 5 that just popped in my deck out of thin air from the skill. Didn't have to worry about that in the starting hand. Then I'm going to use level 5's effect to discard my Thunder level 5, pop the Steel Swarm Roach. Dweller negates all my graveyard effects, but that doesn't matter right now because I have the Dark Arm Dragon in my hand, which is why I heavily encourage you to get as many copies of this as you can. And I just get to banish my quote-unquote Dark Attribute Dragons and start popping everything on the field. And then that's 4,000 damage. That's lethal in Duel Links. That's that. I did say I was going to talk about the channel for the subscribers at the end of the video, so if you were just here for the Armed Dragon deck, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe for more. For people who are already subscribers and were just wondering where the hell I've just been kind of soul searching for what kind of content I like to make, and TCGs are just not really my main thing. I still love them, I still have fun with them. I just don't want to upload every single week and, you know, sit there testing decks all day when I could be doing things that bring me more enjoyment. But sometimes I have that card game itch and I'm down to upload every once in a while when I can. And that's exactly what happened today. Some cool Armed Dragon stuff came to Duel Links, I uploaded it. Some cool Pokemon stuff might come out, I'll upload some Pokemon TCG. But I actually do have another channel that's going to have consistent uploads that you can subscribe to right now if you're interested. It's going to focus around the Pokemon video games and possibly some other video games. And the videos are going to be more like passion projects that take like a month or two to upload, but they will come at a consistent rate. I'm not just going to ditch the channel for a few months like I've had here. These are just going to be something that take a lot more time and effort to pump out than my usual content, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm also going to be doing a lot of streams soon on twitch.tv/Sporado. Links in the description below as always if you want to check out my live streams where I'm going to play a ton of Pokemon. I'm also probably going to dabble with Duel Links and the other Yu-Gi-Oh stuff as well. So be sure to check that all out. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for everything as always. I will see you guys next time. Peace.